Hope everyone's doing well. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. Yeah, it's not the weekend anymore. Oh boy. There it is. All right. There we go. Now I can see all you fine people chatting. If you jump in here, because there was no warning to this live whatsoever, so I just kind of started it. You know why? Because I can. Uh, as you can tell from my hair, I've been working on fans all night long. Not those kind of fans. Get your mind out together. These. So, yeah, that's what we got. We got some big fans today. Trying to make some room here on the soldering table. We have a little bit more room. Get things situated. There you go. It's a good looking fan. Connor, did I miss you? Of course I did. I miss everyone that doesn't come in or hasn't been in a while. Are you visiting or trolling? Either way, you're welcome here. Or just jumping right in with the questions, okay? Okay, we can talk about whatever you want to. Pakistan, what were you talking about? Support terrorism, your opinion? As far as I'm concerned, yeah, Pakistan's harboring terrorists. I don't know if the people who want to just like have their own life in Pakistan agree most of the time with what's going on there. America said hi. Hello, America. Visiting because I'm cool like that. Yeah, you're cool like that, man. You are. Dr. Hetish, hello, how are you? Welcome. Gordon, welcome. Sukhoi? Sukhoi? Is that how you say it? 3D printer? Well, X1 carbon. Bamboo Lab X1 carbon. Sukhoi, target 2000 testosterone. I'm not following here. So, I think I know what you're talking about. You're being funny. It's funny. Ha ha ha. Gabriel, good night. You just got here, but nice to see you. India, how you guys doing over there? Hopefully you're kicking Pakistan's ass. You're Italian. Welcome, Italian. We welcome Italians here. We love Italians. I mean, I have some roots in that from my great grandfather. So, yeah, that's got some Italian. I'm telling you right now. Never one Italian ever had to dig a hole for himself. Oh, here we go. Imni is asking what my pronouns are. Did you see the top of the shirt? I'm just curious. We love America from India. Yeah, we love India too, man. Stomp the shit out of Pakistan, I'm telling you. Get them nukes ready. You know? That way you can sell some authentic Pakistani mirrors when you're all done. No, stay nasty, but good lord. Another example of people seeing what they want to. Welcome to the stream. I enjoy all the trolls. You guys are great. You light up my life. Oh, I love it when they come in and try and start stuff. It don't bother me at all. It don't bother me because, I got the devil's lettuce just already, so we're just relaxing, chilling. They don't like the shirt because it represents who I am, and this is kind of like what I ask people to do in the stores. The ones who yell at me for like misgendering them or whatever. Wear your name tag. Wear your name tag, and just that way no one will make mistakes, and you don't have to freak out and start slinging your septum piercing everywhere. What is this 3D printed? Yes, it's 3D printed on the Bamboo Lab X1 Carbon. It's the next generation of fan for my 340 millimeter high pass EDF engine that I plan on flying at ungodly speeds in a drone with 4 of these, being pushed by a 75 volt 60 horsepower motor. And I sound like a promoter of myself. Sorry, the announcer voice comes out every once in a while. You know what I'm saying? Simon is back. Greetings from Russia. Greetings. Очень приятно. Меня зовут DPC. So, from Russia, очень приятно. The shirt is edgy and clever. The shirt isn't as edgy and clever as you. That's the great part about opinions. You can have yours and I can have mine. I don't have to care about yours and you don't have to care about mine. So, carry on. Yeah. If Simon starts freaking out, just put him in timeout. He'll be fine. Give him a lollipop or something. Love it when the trolls get here. Come on. No embarrassing. Wait, no American flag in the background? That's embarrassing? Really? I mean, is it really that embarrassing? Oh, sorry, got you, huh? Damn! Burn! Simon, what are you talking about? Don't talk about my wife, because I'll reach through the screen and bitch slap you. Hello, good afternoon. Horsepower Coffee's in the house. Yeah, we love horsepower coffee. Love it. Got everybody coming in. What's the best way to turn a fox into an elephant? You said that before. Or at least somebody else said that before. I don't know. You guys are all reading the same reels on Instagram, huh? I don't know what's going on. You fixed fan from what? From no. No, if you've seen any of the other content, you know this is a 340 millimeter high pass EDF for one of the biggest drones that are going to be run by an EDF that you've ever seen. And a lot of you out there are trolling the hell out of me right now because one reason or another, I don't care. I love it. I love it. I support Israel. And everyone keeps saying to free Israel, or not free Israel, but free Pakistan. And what do you think we're trying to do? Once we free you from your land, you'll be free to go. Is it OSLO? Thank you. Thank you very much. I love the shirt too. He has found something funny. Welcome, Leo. American accent, I love it. Flying. Where are you from? Flying Beast. Why do you love the American accent? I can even make it more American. I can go down south. You know, because I had a chance to stay in Atlanta, Georgia when I was down there. But that sounds more Texan than anything. All I know is after basic, when I came back to California, everybody on the plane is like, "Are you from the South?" I'm like, "Well, it was, but I was only there for a while." Yes, Jesus is king. Thank you. We know that. I know that for sure. He's definitely my king. Haley, hi, how you doing? I'm glad you're all here. You're from India. I work for U.S. process in India. Oh, okay, I got you. I understand. So you love the American accent. Well, I can give you all kinds of accents. Why do you seem like a spoiled baby? Evan! Evan! I was like greeting. I'm going, hey, that's an insult. Who said it? Evan! Of course it's Evan. How you been? A spoiled baby guy. Hell, I'd rather sit here and be having fun all day and building these things and just having the time of my life, or playing a game, or hanging out with my children and my wife and family, and being at home because I'm a disabled vet. So that's what I do, you know? I mean, stay home. What else am I going to do? Nacho pancakes. Why does that sound good for some reason? How you doing? Welcome to the chat. How are the jets going? Pretty fast. We're getting there. I got the one behind me that's getting ready to go soon. I get some, so I can get some parts. You know, I'm waiting for an ESC and some other stuff. But the 340 millimeter fan that I'm doing for the drones, I'm having 4 of these on a drone, so it's gonna be wild. Emery! Everyone quiet now. Emery's trying to sleep. Flying Beast. No, I don't. Connor, you really shouldn't. Connor, what did Connor do now? You don't support Israel, but you respect you. Well, I respect your opinion too. That's what we're here for, right? Doesn't matter what your opinion is. I respect your opinion. If you have a different religion than me, I respect that. But I stand firm in my own. Because if I didn't, how could you respect me? Right? Even if we're enemies on the field, like jihadish type stuff. I'm talking like holy war stuff. Even if we're that kind of enemy, right here we're civil. We're just having fun. We're talking. But if I didn't stand firm in what I believed in, none of you would respect me. So how can I claim my religion if I'm not willing to stand by it 100%? No. Callie, what is it? Callie Cow? Yeah, he's being a racist prick. Get him out of here. That'll work. You got some building and you got what? Some Bud Light in the fridge. Should we do it? You should crack it open and just like, you know, share it with your friends or whatever. If you're old enough to drink. Why would I go to Croatia? Just out of curiosity. It's not a random question. Why can't you just tell the joke, man? How you doing? Welcome. Why I gotta mod you before I can hear a good joke? But let's hear it. Your mod status will be determined by the joke and how funny it is. Yeah, well, I get it, Simon. Just nobody else does, you know? I don't see color at all, you know? I'm colorblind, like literally. So it's like, you know, Doesn't matter who you are or where you came from or what the color of your skin is. There's good people and there's bad people. You wouldn't leave the country right now? Do I support Trump? I support what he's doing, yeah. Of course. I mean, look at the country. What was the Dow up today? 1,100 points. You see what a big look. You guys incorporated an entire country. You purchase everything from your phones. You rely solely on the infrastructure provided by our society and how the infrastructure is created. You've incorporated the United States of America. Don't get pissed off that we elected a businessman to run it, and he's doing it well. He scared the shit out of the entire world with tariffs, and now look at the Dow. That's all I'm saying. Man knows how to play poker and do business. Santa doesn't have any kids. You know, that's messed up. He must be really old then, because there's a ton of elves up there. Shark Zoo? You think Trump is a clown? Why? Give us your reasoning behind it. See, typically people have a disagreement with who has been voted in office, and then they call them names, which doesn't actually give any validity to why that they don't accept them. So, why do you think he's a clown? What has he done to make you not like him? Just curious. You know, with the price of gas now, as opposed to when Biden was in, eggs now going down quickly. The Dow making a climb like I've never seen before. What's giving August? What were you saying? It's giving. It's giving something. Who's giving what? What are your EDFs based off of? They're strictly by design. I basically came up with the design for one, and it started off as a 170 millimeter, which I still have, but because I was needing more torque on the engine, I had to create a 4-to-1 gearbox. So getting that 4-to-1 gear ratio, stable without tearing up teeth because of the torque on the Sun gear was difficult. So right now, I'm working on the 100 or the 340 millimeter here, which you'll see I have content for it. I did some spin ups, but this version is an 11 blade configuration with some shorties that I'm going to use to push either in to cool the motor or a compressor or possibly even an afterburner, because an afterburner is going to be fun. Yahweh, HMZ, Yahweh is my God. Oh, shut up, Evan. I'm just mad because you don't have a printer. Do you want the Ender 3? I'll give you the Ender 3 if it'll make you feel better. Yeah, we're going to put an afterburner on this. This is going to be the main high pass. And there's two reasons behind this configuration, as opposed to the 22 blade configuration I had with the full length blades that you'll see in the previous shorts and videos of this 340 millimeter. The idea was I wanted to make it a modular system, so we could go straight electric, and then we could adapt an afterburner section afterwards that is modular. So the whole thing's modular. That's the whole point. None of this is held on with glue. This is all friction fit. So is the other blade. Thank you, Hank Stone. Everybody likes the shirt. Where can you find the model of this file? I created this. So I can get you the STLs. Just shoot me an email. It's on my channel page, and I'll get you the STLs. And that's going to include the entire fan casing, the stator, the hub, the main shaft, basically everything. And then, in one of the future videos here, I'm going to go through an assembly video where I show the casing, which I've already put together. That's easy enough. It's just done in quarters. And then the stator and the hub, and then what bearings I used for the main shaft. Beard hair. So yeah, I'll put something together. But if you want some STLs of this, you want to try it out for yourself, I can get you the components list that I'll be using, and the STLs. And yeah, you can have fun with it. That's what it's all about. That's about building the community, right? I'm not gonna build this and be like, I'm gonna sell this to everybody. No, that's what I'm here for. So I can not only build something really cool, which is in the works, which is a drone using this, but to share with you guys. That's the whole point. Connor, you're not violent. Sort of a random statement, but I'm not following here. Yes, I'm an engineer. If I haven't said hi to any of you, I apologize. I am trying to catch up to the chat. It's going by fairly quickly. It's okay, Connor. You'll be all right, man. Maxine, hi, how you doing? Hope I said that right. If I didn't, I apologize. Evan, what's your obsession with my wife? I know she's beautiful and everything, but go get your own. Yes, I build drones. Why? You said that with 2 question marks. I do the drone channel, yes. It's more than drones, it's aircraft and other things that I want to build. The Shrike concept drone was really cool because that was like an EDF drone. And I'm having to deal with like almost 400 amps of current draw when I'm running this thing. So that was a cool engineering feat to make that actually happen, and run it for as long as I did. Military could take this in. Yeah, I mean, if DARPA wants to give me a call, I have no problem giving them a very, very effective 3D printable, cheap kinetic kill device. But that's for the military only. So yep, it would have the radar cross section of a piece of dust. So yeah, I mean, it'd be cool, Oh, DARPA. Not Boeing though. I don't want to deal with Boeing. Yeah. Nope. I just want to give me a government contract. I'll make you some stuff. Cheaper than what they're probably getting charged for now for most of their cruise missiles. Do I give out advice? What, like a fortune cookie, or just specific advice? You have a question. Do I have PTSD? No, I don't. I enjoyed the war. Most people ask me that. I understand that some people can't handle what they had to do, but I'm sorry, that shit was fun for me. Do I believe in UFOs, UAPs? No. And the reason for that is because I've been in the military long enough to know. So we'll just leave it at that. Did I have any lethal engagements in war? Yes, of course. Most people did. Well, I mean, in my unit, but even if you were in the rear with the gear, you still did your part. So it's not like just because you weren't in hand to hand or whatever. I mean, Iraq, Afghanistan, you name it. No, Dex. It's tobacco. Sorry to disappoint you. So I'm getting a PSD, PS, PTSD evaluation from a guy on YouTube. Well, at least we think it's a guy. Um, that's rich. Why don't you tell it to the VA? Maybe they'll up my benefits some more. War in general was fun for me. It didn't really matter where it was. It's just how I'm built, I guess. I mean, the way they trained us, they were all silhouette targets to me. What is this? This is YouTube. And you're watching a live stream. Welcome. UFOs aren't real. That's what I know. Anything you see in the sky belongs to the U.S. government. I'm not making weapons. I'm making a drone, Evan. Haven't you been following along? I appreciate that willpower. I do. I feel like, yeah, I'm from a vanishing generation. Of course, I'll be here for much longer. No, it didn't, troubled chap. Very interesting, though, that you would say that. A Charlie? Sounds like a racial comment, actually. You wouldn't be using racial slurs, would you? Yes, I'm an engineer. Karuko. Try to make a big CF M56-7B. Sure, why not? Where are my army buddies? Well, I lost a lot of them. But I don't know what units they went to after we were done. That was 20 years ago. There are no UFOs. I mean, you could call them unidentified flying objects if you want to, but trust me, they're identifiable, just not to the civilian public. Not to the civilian population. Thank you, Proud American. I hope you have a good day too. I'm looking at the chat, so if I'm not looking directly at the screen, I apologize. Shut up, Leo. Make me close my live, boy. That's what I thought. Just sitting there in Mama's basement, right? Email's off again. Time him out. You're getting harassed by whom, Connor? You forgive him? Simon said, it's all right, man. I forgive you. Look, it's all about everybody coming in here and having a good time. A lot of people don't like me. I don't give a shit. People who do, you're awesome. You're welcome to stay. If you guys have something mean to say or anything like that, go ahead. It's not going to bother me any. Evan, you're not going to see my wife, okay? That's just all there is to it. You've been on that forever. Don't make me put you in the corner, okay? Bye, Evan. Enjoy your time out. Boy, these kids nowadays. Leo's kind of a split personality kind of person. It's insult and then I'm sorry, insult and then I'm sorry, which is totally fine. I'm fine with that. You know, if it gets crass in any particular way, then, you know, gone. The devil's throne floats above the ocean, and as beautiful as the ocean is, many extraterrestrial and other dimensional beings reside there. They're not extraterrestrial, they're not interdimensional. They are not. And when you are consulting the tarot cards, you're not talking to your dead grandmother either. So, just letting you know ahead of time. No one wants to believe in God, but then they start consulting in demons. And even the demons are like, hey, we know God exists. There's some irony to all that ghost hunting. What is the bottom? The bottom of the shirt. Okay. There you are. So now everyone can see. Hopefully everyone can see. Let me get over here. Yeah. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, 007. Oh, man, I remember the first GoldenEye that came out. That game was cool. Why is everyone's talking about Luigi? I don't care about Luigi. I don't need a fat plumber's cousin to come over and be free. I mean, just let them deal with Bowser, okay? HV MVP. Well, I don't know why you're making the statement LGBT Americans or whatever. I think you forgot a couple of alphabets in there. Kind of shortened it a little. Thank you, horsepower. I like it too. Ironic? I don't see how CMC that it would be ironic. It's pretty cut and clear. No. Are you someone that has too much time on their hands? No, I have all the time I want on my hands. That's why I do this stuff. Engineer, build, fly, test, have fun. I did my duty, man. Defended my country, came home, wounded. So now I'm at home with the family. Taking care of them, doing what I want to do. Being an engineer, building things, other stuff you're not going to be able to see on this channel, you know, just because I'm bringing the hobbyist part of it to you. And there's other stuff I'm working on you'll never see. Thank you, 007. I appreciate that. I'm not sorry I was wounded. Man, I'm telling you right now. Okay. It's like this. Anybody who's ever been shot is going to tell you this. You don't feel the heat or anything first. First thing you feel is the impact. Then in a minute, it starts to burn. Then when you know what's up, the adrenaline kicks in. And we were still fighting 45 minutes after that. I didn't care. I had so much adrenaline in my system that it did not matter. Okay? Flying beast, what does that even mean? To who? Let's see. Oh, I'm trying to catch up on the chat. Hold on. Mark, hi, how you doing? Troubled chap, how much crypto? I don't even know what that means, man. I got some tobacco in the pipe. I don't know how you would. I don't know what crypto is. Isn't that currency? Oh yes, they were all silhouettes. Yeah, Leo, why are you asking the question? That's the way they trained us. Look, let me tell you something. You start seeing, if you're in war, if you start seeing people instead of silhouette targets, you're gonna get killed. The moment you hesitate, that's it. I'm not talking about non-combatants. I'm talking about people who are shooting at you, and you're like, but that's a person. You know, if you've got a conscience that is that gripping on your moral compass when you're in the middle of a firefight, then you don't need to be there. Scorpio, are you telling Leo he's insulting tarot? It's I have no idea. Skibbity. There's never any girls in this chat, I don't think, except for my wife. That's about it. Well, no, there's probably a few. I know of a few of my loyal, subscribers that drop in, and I know which ones are female. Why is there? Look at that Republican with the shotgun. What are you guys talking about? Like, make a point. A point is we chat with each other and like get a conversation going. I'm just trying to figure out. I'm trying to follow the chat here. You guys are just. What council? Economical council. Don't care. It's a trap question. Gosh, FBI's got to come up with a stupid question. Is it a sin? Congratulations, MW. You're committing a crime. I hope you feel better about yourself. Come on, keep it going, you guys. Let's go. You guys are running out of steam already? Saturn, why do you want to be a mod so bad? Tell me. Why do you feel like crap now? MW. I was pretty sure you would probably already know. Dick Phelps. Oh gosh, you guys are great. I could just watch the chat. You guys are just spewing out shit left and right. You know, like people saying cuss words and stuff about hate. Hold on. Was that? I already forgot the question you asked before that and why I wanted clarification. Are you trying to find women in the chat, dude? I think you're on the wrong website, Are you asking me that, Jacob? No, I don't hate anyone. You can pretend to be whatever the hell you want to be. Doesn't mean I have to play along. Chris, you'd rather be a Democrat than a MAGA? Well, that's all right. That's your opinion. You're welcome to it. That's the beauty about being in America, right? I mean, you lost everything, House, Senate, Oval Office, but you can still be whatever you want to be. Chris, deport Trump. To where? New York? Yeah, Evan's kind of a prick. But we expect it. Why am I okay with people being locked up for speech? Whoever, are you talking to somebody else? Because I don't have a problem with people being locked up for, I mean, or being able to speak. Uh, Freedom of speech is one of the fundamental rights of Americans. Why should try to make an air raid siren? Why do I need to make an air raid siren? They already have them around here. I think every city has them. Yeah, that's a good point right there, Scorpio. It's freedom of speech unless it's about Israel. Anything that the right supports, for some reason, is now bad. Like it's like, for example, everyone was like, get on the climate change train, buy an EV, and then Elon starts finding all the money they're stealing, and then all of a sudden they hate EVs now and they're burning them. So that's the leftist sort of ideology, and that's how they roll. That's all they got is hate and burning shit down, and that's all there is to it. Well, it is free. It is freedom of speech about everything and anything. That's exactly what it should be. But being insulting to somebody just because of what you, if you're throwing a personal insult at somebody, then I think that's crossing the line. It's like if you have your freedom of speech and you're going to use it to insult somebody, then they have every right to insult you back. So it's like, it's a fine line. Learn how to walk it. Vladimir, how you doing? Stop spamming or I'll kick you out of here. Enjoy the conversation. My favorite music artist. I don't necessarily have a favorite. I'm sort of eclectic in the sense, when it comes to music. I like all kinds. So I like metal. I like R&B. I like some rap. I like bass. That's cool. So I sort of like whatever makes, whatever I'm in the mood for. No, it doesn't scream at all. It just tells you something you need to know. See, this is the argument that I've had before with people who have claimed I have misgendered them. I said, if you just wear your name tag right here of what you pretend to be today, then we won't have any issues. I'll tell you who I am. You tell me who you are today, and then there's no problems, right? There you go. Trash channel. Tell. Hope I make it out the closet. You're a funny, funny channel. You guys can say whatever you want here. It doesn't bother me. I mean, it just doesn't. I love it when you guys come in here. You know why? Because you're airing your own personal hate for something and directing it towards someone you don't even know, which tells everybody else in the chat all they need to know about who you are. So that being said, welcome. What, your forehead bigger? I don't understand what you're trying to say. You said it won't bother you. Okay. It doesn't bother me if you think my forehead's bigger. I don't care. Leo, who destroyed you? Me? It wasn't me. Clark Kent, we all have. That was the idea behind the salvation of Christ. Of course, you have to do it with an intent of the heart, but most people don't. They think it's like car insurance. So they run to the Catholic Church, do a few Hail Marys, and think they're clear. You wanted to believe in aliens? I'm sorry, man. I hate to burst your bubble like that, but there are no aliens. Yes, it is a CNC behind me, 007. It's actually the MP CNC that I printed a while back and made modifications. The original one was fairly small. I made it massive so I could do molds for the carbon fiber I need for the bodies for airplanes that carry engines this size. So, David, thank you. Thank you from Ramiz. Science World. Who couldn't remember you, man? Bigfoot? I said this during the last live stream. There was only one Bigfoot, and I shot him. He is now a very beautiful carpet in my living room. So, yeah. Project Bluebeam, indeed. I don't know why people keep calling it that when, well, I can't really say what it is, but, okay, fine. Your Project Bluebeam is, in fact, exactly what it sounds like. It's not a psyop. They know what's coming. I know what's coming. And they need an excuse. And the best excuse they could come up with was aliens, because for some reason they noticed across social media that is a huge belief in 80% of the world. So when you have a basis of belief already in something like that, then using it in a psyop is easy. High level when I see you playing hard to get. Yes, she's gonna play hard to get for a while for anybody else. I'll guarantee you that. Are you asking Stacy that, Elon? Wait, no, you didn't say that. Skibbity. Skibbity! TR3B, is it real? No, it's not. Yeah. Yeah, tell me. No, I wear the shirt to piss people off. Is it working? See, I like to be inclusive. Pissing off of one individual, no, I don't like to do that. I like to be inclusive, like the left wants everyone to be. It wants everyone to be inclusive, right? So I want to piss everybody off as a group, together, you know? So you all feel as much hate towards me as I would never feel towards you over a fucking t-shirt. Okay? Get over it, for fuck's sake. Oh, last time you said you're 6'4", excuse me. I'm 6'4", who gives a shit? I'm also freaking 290. So Skibidi is probably like a little twig. Are you a twig? Like, are you built Skibidi, or are you just 6'4"? Well, it's not so much that it's a silly shirt. It's like, you know, it was given to me as a gift. I like it. I'm going to wear it, you know? It's sort of like a message, because everyone's always screaming, like I said, about you misgendering them or whatever. So the shirt basically says, you know, this is an example of what you should do if you don't want to be misgendered. No matter what you're pretending to be, you could wear a shirt that says, "Hi, today I'm a desk lamp." I don't care. The point is, I'm not, if you yell at me in the middle of a store because I didn't read your mind, you're going to get a piece of mind real quick. I don't give a shit who it pisses off either. Skibidi, can I break your heart for a minute? Stacy is my wife. She's off the market. That's right. Where am I at? Cali. Who's Scott? And his being wife. Why would you say that? I have no idea what that is. Sorry, Skibidi. Hate to break it to you. My stance on the Second Amendment should be obvious. Yeah, she's taken. I apologize. And she has no sisters, man. Or I'd hook you right up. I really would. I'd do that solid for you, but she's an only child. It's a big deal for him to wear the shirt, but nobody cares when someone, he, she flaunts what it is. David, that's a good point. Yeah. Crash out, Skippy. Oh my gosh. Big Johnny. Sorry to disappoint you, man. I don't swing that way. Now let him insult if he wants to. It's fine. It's what he's trying to do, right? You see, when you say stuff like that to try and insult me, you're actually insulting the community that is part of that, the alphabet community, let's just say. So, are you trying to insult both sides? I'm just curious. Seems like a fairly lose-lose situation for you, right? What kind of joke do you want to say? I don't want you to get timed out, man. So be careful, science world. Tell me your ways. How to get a woman? Man, I was just being me. I wasn't trying to be anybody else. Like they do, like you see online, all these reels and stuff. People just flashing money or cars or whatever and trying to act cool. I was just me. I was just a poor boy, veteran, at home, just doing my thing. Isn't that my wife? And that's all it took. Rocketry! Thank you for being gone. Have a nice life. You spam, you're out. We're trying to have a conversation. Go sit in the corner. Thank you, Joe. Appreciate that. Again, for everyone who may be coming in and I haven't said hi or anything like that, it isn't that I'm ignoring you, or if I've missed your question, I'm not ignoring you. I'm on a delay, just like you are, because of the way I've got things set up on the vertical. So if I missed it, tell me again, and I'll get you. But hi to everyone that has joined. I appreciate it. I have no idea what that means, but okay. Thank you for being gone. You got shrimp. Hey, you just letting us know you're enjoying some shrimp or something? Or I mean, have at it, dog. Get that shrimp. One, go to a gentleman's club. Two, don't be an idiot. Three, don't be like a complete nons make you. What are you talking about? I Science World. Like, was that the joke? Because I'm. Can you retype it again, like in English? Earth isn't flat. Move on. But you're welcome to your opinion. That's purely tied to your perception. So, I mean, whatever. Yeah, Skibby's funny at least. At least he's being respectful. Be respectful. That's all I ask. And there's ladies in here, you be respectful. Otherwise, I'm going to put you in the corner. You're going to crash out? Why is that? Skibby, you can stop with the hitting on. It's not going to work. She's already taken. Thank you. Happy life. Appreciate that. Welcome. You hit your head on the bathtub? Why you want to chat after hitting your head on the bathtub? Shouldn't you be like getting a CT scan or something? That isn't the last of it. Skibby, you know what? I wouldn't blame you for trying to hit on her. Okay? I don't blame you. I don't want to burst your bubble, but nothing's going to come from it. But you got some balls for keeping it up, for trying. Yeah, I'll give you that. He's my favorite right now too. I'm telling you. He was using the shower curtain handle as a monkey bar and fell. Well, there's your problem right there. That's not what it's for. Oh, there's an insult that came in from what, Segula or something like that? Let me guess, you're a Palladian or something? My family tree goes all the way back to Ragnar Lothbrok and Aslaug Sigurdsdottir. So, I mean, I could show it to you, but you're not going to care because proof to most people isn't enough. It's their opinion that matters, not facts. What was that? El Gendero I have no idea how to say that name. It doesn't matter to me what you think you are, or where you decide to dip your wick. Okay, none of my business. I don't give a shit. So when people come in the chat saying it's like I'm this, I'm that, it's like okay, great, congratulations. Let's move on to another topic of relevance. Oh no, on W. Do you think I'll find another subscriber? Can we see your shrine to the January 6th? What are you talking about, shrine? Oh boy. You people just come in here straight. You're like, why'd you walk into a room stupid? It's like you walked in going, you know what? I got my ignorance. I'm ready to go. Bam. Open the door. I already earned another subscriber. That's good. That's what I'm talking about right there. I love it when people get mad at me. They go, I'm unsubscribing. I'm like, oh, really? You think I'll find another? It just pisses them off. I love it. You look like a Pawn star? I don't know what that means. Isn't a prawn like something that you get from a Chinese restaurant? Read post. Yeah, if I missed it, post it again because like I said, I'm trying to keep up. Todd, what did Todd say? I missed that too. Mike Hall gets a shout out. Welcome, Mike. Shout out to Mike Hall. Walks in the room and says, Mike Hall's here. Can you see my class? What do I look like? Freaking Biden? They're not just sitting around. Mark. Did I say Mike? I'm sorry. If I said Mike, I apologize. I have a cousin Mike and a cousin Mark, so I just get confused. Oh. Why is he terrified because he wants left-wing media? Yeah. You're going to have to elaborate on that one. I want to hear this story. Herbert, welcome from Brazil. I'm in California. Todd, what is Todd saying? Why can't I see Todd? Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, yeah, okay, we did see Todd. I thought she was talking about something I missed. Elon, you probably met your wife on Ancestry. Nova, hi, how are you? Welcome to the chat. I'd like to take a moment to say that, hold on, first off, I gotta answer this question. Red River, I thought they made cereal. I have no idea. It depends on what state you're in, I'm guessing. It's tobacco to me, it's probably cereal to you. Either way, we're still getting the same level of nicotine. This channel is dedicated on engineering and crafting aircraft and large-style EDF drones. And I actually am going to build one that I'm hoping will be recognized as a UFO. And somebody in town actually sees it when it's up because it's going to have tons of Arduino lights. I'm going to be doing some crazy effects on it. And the entire thing, this is a test fan, but the entire drone is going to be clear PETG and 4 340 millimeter EDF fans with 60 horsepower motors spinning at 9,800 RPMs each. Telling you, it's going to be fun. And now I'm going to put some like Predator looking head or something on the damn thing just for the Arduino lights. And then I just put some effects on there, run tons of lighting, and just see if we can't, because you know somebody in town is going to be like, what the hell is that? And then it's going to go to the news or something like that. That's what I'm hoping for. That'll be kind of fun. Till they send in an F-22 to intercept it. Hello, Cobra. How are you? Elon, we already know you don't have a girlfriend. That much was obvious from the beginning. I don't know how to say that. Shadra? Hi, how are you doing? I try my best not to chew up these names. I apologize if I do. Donnie 2 times, the drone zone, damn right. How do I get into your industry? Well, it all depends. It's going to be based on your education level. Typically, if you're a really good engineer or you're just really creative, you don't even need a degree. You know, you just got to go and apply it to different propulsion laboratories. You could go to JPL and try that. Having a military background helps because then it can get you into other agencies. But this part of my business is pretty much the only thing I can show you, and that's the drone enthusiast market. So I do work with experimental propulsion by different design and 3D printing. So that's what I'm trying to bring to the drone world for some real fun. You know what I mean? But the big stuff I'm working on, no one can see yet. Cubics. What did the cubics say? I missed something else? Okay, hold on. You are a fairly decent troll, Elon. I tell you that right now. I love it when the trolls come in, and I love it when they join up on the chats and they become subscribers, because when you guys come back in, you make it all worthwhile. Trolls are people too. Orion, you're back. Okay, welcome. Haha. Welcome. You're here too. Sterlo. You're the best troll. Oh man, see, you gotta come. You guys, it's like having a troll entourage. It's awesome. You know, you can hurl insults at me all day long. I don't care. You can. I just don't. You know, it doesn't bother me. You get to a certain age when you think to yourself, you know what? I just somebody comes up there and they tell you, you know, this is what I think of you, and you look at him and you're like, you know what? Congratulations. I don't give a fuck. And that's so freeing. You got to look at life just like that. You look at life and you go, life is just stomping on you, and you're having a horrible day, and you look up at life and you go, life, I don't give a fuck. And you just accept it and move on like the soldier you are. That's how you do it. Okay, you're a black, gay, Democrat female, and you see, that's what I'm talking about right there. Walked into the room, stated who they were. Now there's no confusion moving forward. How hard was that? My opinion is you can be whatever the hell you want to be. I ain't rolling out any fucking red carpet for you, but don't bother me any. Coffee Tears. I like that name. That's pretty cool. Welcome to the chat. How you doing? Cobra, you fell in love with a girl from a dream, woke up and realized she doesn't exist. Took you a week to come back from that. I can't say it was over a girl, but I'll tell you one thing right now. I've had some dreams that I haven't been able to come back from for a while, too. I still remember them very vividly. As a matter of fact, the one repetitive dream that I've been having is very, very vivid. I rarely remember dreams. Most of us don't, but when I do, it's the ones that rattle you for the rest of your life. I mean, it's like, because typically when you have a dream, you wake up, the memory sort of fades. When the memory never fades, I'm kind of wondering really what that means, because in this dream that I had, I was at my mother-in-law's house with my wife, and I was outside and I was looking up through the porch. Papa had put up this lattice work to kind of cover the patio partially, and some of it was open so you could kind of see through the 4x4 beams to the stars in the sky, and it was really bright and the moon was out there, and I saw a huge meteor hit the bottom right hand corner of it, coming from right to left, and was facing south, and it just cut a huge swath right through the side of the moon, and debris started falling out of orbit towards the earth. And I knew I had to get to a college that was nearby because the stadium had a lot of underground cemented structure. It was also built in an era where there was a bomb shelter underneath. And I knew we had to get there. It was just such a vivid dream. I could still see the moon so clearly in my head, how it looked after that thing hit it. And it was just crazy. It was just a big meteor. It didn't hit it directly. It just glanced off the moon, but it was big enough to make a huge gash in the moon that you could obviously see. And then debris started raining into the atmosphere. After a while, it came back around. You could see it start burning up as it came in. Freaky dream. I'll tell you that. I still remember that. And I had that dream, started having that dream years ago. And it's just more intense, like every time, you know? Who the YouTuber? That's me, I guess. I guess you could call me a YouTuber. I'm like just trying to like, these chats are for people to come in and get to know me, have some fun. You know what my content is about on my channel, so you can go look at any of the playlists if you're interested in any of that. And but these chats are because a lot of the time you don't get to know the YouTuber. You don't get to just have fun and chat and not worry about being judged and stuff like that. So it's just, that's what I like to offer to people that come in. It's like, if you like my content on the channel, that's great. If it's not something you're into, hopefully at least you enjoy the chats where you can come in and just hang out and have a good time. You like people who like YouTubers? You love the crash outs? Elaborate on that one. Are you asking me if my name was Billy? No, it's not. Stephen Gavin asked me, when did I first realize? He thinks I didn't do well in school. That's funny. I started going to college when I was 14, if that gives you any indication. I have a bachelor's in engineering, and I'm working on a master's in aerospace. also studying physics, and Einstein. Everyone thought he was, well, he is a genius, was a genius, but man, even when he was at Munich, he was barely in class. Um, and he hated his math as much as I do. So, um, hey, it is what it is, right? I love it when people do that. Right? They come in with the insults. I like them because I will always have an answer for you, or a retort, or some kind of response that will irritate you even more. Oh, Mosh. Yeah, no problem, man. Thanks for stopping by. See, I love it when this is somehow insulting to people. Love it. Love it. It's literally a statement. And some people just can't handle it. Now he's gonna jump off and go like get angry at something and do a reel or some shit on Instagram. Einstein was a socialist, yes. Those are good pronouns. Uh, that's a good shirt. You got a degree in engineering for funsies, too, before getting a PhD in something actually difficult. Um, from your demeanor, I doubt highly that you have a PhD. Give me one moment. Just one moment. Sometimes I have to deal with trespassers. Crush, what did you say that offended someone? Crush, you gonna come up with something better than that? Elon, that's actually a good point. RDM, also a good point. What does the end of the shirt say? The obvious. Because that's what happens. And if you've noticed from everyone in the chat, that's exactly what it did. So this part actually already knew how you were going to react. Oh, the irony. Ali, thank you. Elon, what does that even mean, man? Is your mom big or something? Like on the bigger side? Yeah, sure you are, Elon. What you're doing is trying to set people up. We're back at it again. Damn right. Tobacco. Don't worry. Fun stuff's later on when I'm done with you guys. Yeah, I can see how that shirt might have offended some people. Cobra, what are you talking about? Sagit, I don't know how to say that. Sagti. Everything's going fine. Don't mean to chew up your name. My apologies. Yes. Frog for thought. Love it. Engineer. Yeah, I am. Okay, I don't know why you want me to decode it. Yeah, that's what I thought. We already know what you were doing, so it's like I'm not gonna read it out loud and then try to decode it for you because it's stupid. See, when I said freedom of speech, I meant like intelligent speech, viable conversation worthy type of speech. Opinions if you have them, but stupidity and insults are just stupidity and insult. Oh yeah, I love it. You guys are fun. I always love it when I go on these chats and everyone just goes off. It's like like I said, you're all entitled to your opinions. You get to come here and hang out, say what you want to say. If you're interested in the content on the channel, stick around, subscribe. Helps me out, helps me keep bringing you guys more content. Because we're spinning up this bad boy as soon as I get the main shaft printed. Because I have everything else for it. And we're doing it at 5,800 RPMs for this one. Because I'm only pushing 48 volts through this system. Even though the motor's capable of 75, it does develop a little bit more heat because of that, but I'm waiting for an 18S ESC so I can run an 18S pack and get my full 75 volts out of the motor. Jason, you have a good one, brother. Please don't block you. Okay. First off, why you keep calling me uncle? Because what you were trying to do was make me decode something that, what's to say, wasn't great. So remember, I don't want to insult any one individual. I'd rather do it as a group. Love when they come in here saying stupid shit because then the mod just goes out the door. Okay, well, if you're 16, why are you on my channel? Is that like the age limit on YouTube now? When it says it's not for kids? Cassim, hi, how you doing? Welcome to the channel. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, I don't know what YouTube's cutoff age is for who they consider can watch something that's labeled as not made for kids. Because when you're doing a live or posting a video, you always have to put whether or not it's made for kids, and which I understand. It's a great precaution that YouTube takes. Most of the time, younger people like to lie about their age when creating an email so they can get on YouTube to do stuff their parents don't even know what they're doing. So we gotta take that precaution. So if you're actually 16 years old and that's not the age you can be to be watching my channel, then the mods know exactly what to do. So, what's your age? Oh, you're doing aeronautics. That's cool. My beard is tough. Keep growing. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. Love the beard. Was anything else to say? It seems like we got a lot of trolls in here. Someone likes the shirt. I love it. Half of them love it, half of them hate it. Don't really care. Oh, you're Sikh. Sikhs are cool. I like the Sikhs. They're always nice, you know? They're not rude. Living outdoor, thank you. Thank you very much. Welcome to the chat. Seth Joslin, Tom McDonald, I don't even know what that means, but okay. Todd, what are you talking about? I did hear you. It's on a delay. So yeah, I did see you say you like the shirt, and I appreciate that. So yes, there is a delay. I apologize for that. Actually, you couldn't if you were a girl. Sorry, because I'm already married. Rip Bernie Sanders. Someone had to verify that for me. I mean, his political career, yes, but all right. Put him in the corner, and you gotta shut up. Yeah. Yeah. Didn't he run for president? Who's Bernie Sanders? Well, if you don't know who Bernie Sanders is, I don't know what to tell you. Bernie Fogg, the friendly Finboy. How you doing? Interesting name. Long name. I'm doing well. Hope you're doing well too. Yeah, that Bernie is still alive somehow. That's interesting. Every time I see him, I think of Curb Your Enthusiasm. I don't watch Curb Your Enthusiasm, but every time I know the guy. Yeah, the main character, and it's just every time I see Bernie Sanders, I see like an older version of that guy, and it's just I don't know. This is funny. Who doesn't see that? Tell me I'm wrong. Yeah, there's flies in here because of the orchards that I'm surrounded by orchards. $18.94? Who told you? Close, but not quite. Thank you, Rosalind. Thank you very much. Love the shirt. Think of baby birds. I can see that now. I'm not going to get that vision out of my head anytime soon. My wife did what? No, I don't work for NASA. Let's just say I'm an independent contractor. You know the type. Oh, your wife said I was born in 1894? Or my wife said it? Yep. 1896 actually, but who's counting? Hell, after 100, 115, I just stopped counting. Who's Steve? Marina, who's Steve? Philly Phil. You're so funny. Marina, hi, how you doing? I am on a delay, so don't think I'm ignoring you. Please. No one can gaslight me, man. I mean, I appreciate it, but I ain't worried about people trying to gaslight me. And shit don't bother me, man. It doesn't. I don't know if it's the ADHD or the fact that I have actually a couple of brain cells to rub together. But the troll shit, the insults, none of that bothers me, It just doesn't. I don't care. We could be in nuclear war right now, and I'm still going to keep streaming. Bombs dropping everywhere, people going, we gotta get out of town. I mean, like, you guys are like taking this shit way too serious, okay? It's just a nuclear war. It'll blow over. It's just, we're not in an, I mean, if fallout starts coming this way, we'll move. But, I mean, I don't care. Comrade Oppenheimer. Yes. Yes, Oppenheimer. Yeah. Wait till I get to my 200s. You might see something. Maybe a wrinkle or two. You think I'm Oppenheimer? That's not even an insult. I love it. I think that's great. Yeah, I'll take Oppenheimer. No big deal. A10. Bert. What's up, bro? Look at the new fan. Bam. Talk about an A10. Alright? I've been building this EDF for a while. Just building big ass EDFs for a drone and maybe a freaking A10. It's like a half scale A10 you could probably ride in with an engine this size. Two of them anyway. Yeah, that's it. It's all about fair play. I mean, people are going to come in, they're going to say stupid stuff. Some people are just going to be here to chat and chill, and that's what it's all about, you know? Even if you're not here for the content of my channel, the chats are my way of basically getting to know the people who are interested in my content or just want to have a place where they can come and chat, you know, with somebody who's chill and is not going to be, you know, judging them for who or what they want to be or whatever. I mean, I got my faith, you got yours, I'm sure. I ain't gonna judge you for yours. I'm sure you ain't gonna judge me for mine. Of course, you know, it being Christianity, I get judged daily by everybody. And I don't care. Because no weapon formed against me shall prosper. If Sadia, if you're gonna come in and say an insult, try to spell it correctly first. I'd appreciate that. Am I a nerd? Yes, you could call me that. But I'm the fun kind of nerd. You know, the one who doesn't give a shit about the danger of the stuff that I'm working with. So, you know, be careful. Do I like scary movies? I do. It's just I don't get a chance to watch them too much, you know, because my girls are, you know, in their teens, and I don't want to scar them, you know. Why do I make drones? Who do I make drones for? My drones are all experimental propulsion. I'm making them for me right now. There is some stuff, like I said, that I'm working on that the public can't see, but you will be able to eventually. But I'm taking a lot of what I'm working on the other project and sort of applying it into a hobbyist, enthusiast field for drones and different types of VTOL aircraft. I have a lot of purposes behind what I'm building. But realistically, it's about, right now I'm building this motor and testing it, and I'm waiting for an ESC that I need for 18S rather than 12S. I'm sorry, yeah, 12S. It's, I need more than 48 volts. I need 75 because I'm running a 60 horsepower motor. And realistically, the idea is that this drone has 4 of these motors. The casing is even bigger than this, obviously. So yeah, this is going to be a drone, but it's also going to be an engine that you can put. You don't have to put it in the ductwork for the drone body. You can take it and you can drop it into a large, like, F-35 model and have a really powerful engine. And you can build this out of parts off of Amazon. And that was the goal behind doing this, was because there's a lot of people who want to fly bigger jets, you know, or bigger RC scale models or drones, anything like that. But they want to charge so much for the engines. They want to charge so much for the EDFs or whatever it is that you get, that I wanted to try and find an alternative that was a little way less expensive than, like, say, a Schubler motor. If you wanted to put like a huge turbine in a jet, instead of dropping 5, 8, 10 grand on that, if I can get you the same amount of thrust, if not more, out of what I'm doing here, then you've got yourself an affordable, viable solution to the expensive EDF models. Not to mention, since they draw less amps, you get more runtime. So that's really the goal. It was to make something, test it, make sure it's reliable, and then let the community have some fun with it. You know, they want to build a drone, they want to build a plane, they want to build a mono drone or a dual drone or a tricopter or a quadcopter, whatever it is, or a hexacopter out of the whole thing. Whatever you want to do. You know, I'm going to verify thrust with the 18S packs and the 18S ESC, and then once that's done, STLs are going out. You guys are more than welcome to them. Plus the components list. And again, all Amazon bought. So You can be playing around with it and burn up a motor and then send it back and get another one. What's my favorite scary movie? Do I like scary movies? Yes, I love scary movies. My favorite scary movie was the very first Nightmare on Elm Street. It is the only first scary movie. Ben, welcome. See, this is what people are doing. They come in and they announce what they are. No mistakes, right? No insults, none of that. Just that's the reason why I'm wearing this shirt. So realistically, it's about you are who you are. I'm not going to judge you for it. You just got Starlink. Is it good? I imagine you'd have the same issues with clouds as any other satellite dish. Well, gee, of course, A10. You made an exact reference to the movie when you asked the question. I kind of figured what you were referring to. Oh, man. This is a 11 blade turbine that I'm putting together for an EDF drone. If you look at any of my other content, you'll see it. If you look up the 340 minute, like the stubby fan playlist, the printed life playlist, the Mach 1 project, you'll see some spin ups I've already done with the 22 blade version of this fan here. And this one is an 11 blade plus shorties to actually help cool the motor and to facilitate a compressor later on if I decide to add a compressor for the afterburner stage that I plan on building for this. And yes, the afterburner will be metal, obviously. Eventually, this entire thing is going to be CNC. That's what I'm going for. But proof of concept with a 3D printer that's reliable is also good. Each one of these pieces are printed independently on the X1 carbon, and I've made it to where everything slots in perfectly. Everything's friction fit, no glue whatsoever on this fan or the last fan. And if you see the spin-ups of the last fan, you can see the RPMs and the power it was putting out. No glue on these blades. Straight friction fit. And that's what I love about doing CAD work. Because if you do it just right, it's going to be just like butter when it goes together. Elon, why do you need that, man? Why do you need help, man? Why was it so mind twisting? Hello, Genix Tanic from England. Welcome. Since you're in England, I would like to ask you if you would go around and tell people to get out of my castles, because I'm a Plantagenet. I appreciate that. I really do, Genix. I put a lot of work into what I'm doing. I put pretty much the money I have into it. Take care of the family. If there's anything left over, I put it towards this. That's why I have the Buy Me a Coffee link. Not an obligation, not saying you have to donate anything, but it helps me out if you do. And I have a Patreon on there that you can also join. It helps me out as far as buying equipment and filament so I can keep giving you guys good content. Because this spin-up is happening pretty soon on this blade. And if you watch the first one with the 340mm 22 blade, you're going to love this one. So you don't want to miss it. So instead of having to build an entire new fan, I basically took the old fan out of the casing I'd already built for it and made the new fan for that. And that was to save money and time because, like I said, vet benefits. So I can't really afford to buy a whole bunch of stuff right off the bat. You know, I got to be careful. and but I'm still trying to keep things going. So, Mr. Mad, hi, how you doing? Welcome. Why would you say that about Gustavo? CMC. You wish. It sounds like you're wishing for something, man. And Stacy's the only one that gets my goodies, boy. You'll never get close to me grapes. And don't ask stupid questions either. Like, yeah, oh, you think you're this or that? Blah, 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 blah. Bottom line is, it's like parking a freight train in a mailbox. That's all I'm going to say about that. Stacy can confirm. You identify as an A10 Warthog identifies as an F-16. That's hilarious. That's funny. I like that. No, I can't elaborate. And you already know what I'm talking about. That much is obvious. Well, it depends on what your college stuff is about. It's an EDF drone. I'm not using open props. Everything's internal. You identify as a okay. Now we know, Tusk. I love my wife. We know. It's like we knew that when you walked in the room, man. Who are you asking? Me? I'm married, yes, to Stacy. I keep missing your question. I apologize. What was your question? I'm on a delay. I apologize. Cobra. Mosh T, I want to see your okay, hold on. It's electric. The afterburner is an adaptation I'm using, but it is electric. Yes. The high pass fan is electric. The compressor part will be electric, and that is solely just to push air into the tube. And then I'll have an igniter and a fuel ring inside that. I'm going to be using old oxygen tanks for that because they're thick, they're reliable. You know, they're a little heavy, but you know, using just a thin piece of rolled steel is just going to melt, especially since I'm going to be using propane and working my way up to hydrogen. The drone is about 4.5 feet by 4.5 feet, and each engine has a 340 millimeter EDF fan, 11 or 22 blade. I haven't decided which one yet. Like I said, if you look at my previous content on the 340, you'll see the 22 blade that I spun up. But I'm still waiting for another power supply because I need to push. This is a 60 horsepower motor that's pushing it. So, and its peak voltage is 75. So, I mean, pushing 48, I'm only getting 5,800 RPMs. Now I go 75 and get, you know, 9,800 RPMs, which is what I'm going for. Anything faster than that at this speed is redundant. No, I don't work for SpaceX. It'd be cool though. I wish they would hire me. Yeah, that'd be nice. Of course, EDFs don't work in space, but still, I could make something cool. Is that the EDF fan? Also, why are some blades smaller than the others? Okay, this is an 11 blade adaptation. These are still, they still work, but they're designed to pull in air directly over the cooling shroud that goes around the outrunner that's behind the fan that drives it. It's also for a compressor adaptation for the afterburner. So that's why I included these. Because the first part of a variable pitched blade like this is modeled after the Pratt & Whitney high pass. It's a variable pitch. So this first part is designed to push air into the compressor, and the compressor takes over and pushes it through to the combustor. But what I'm going to do is, instead of using a combustor to drive a low pressure turbine, which would in turn drive the high pass fan, I've opted to pull the combustor out, use the compressor to push air into either directly into an afterburner tube or through an impeller first and then an afterburner tube. So I haven't quite decided how I'm going to do that, but the best part is no part, as any engineer will tell you. So I probably won't use an impeller, but maybe a 4 to 5 blade compressor, sequentially dropping in size until I get to the tube size. And they don't necessarily have to be in direct contact, because that would just melt the PETG. So it can actually be a few millimeters away from the actual output of the compressor, because the way that it's nozzled down, it'll push it straight through into the combustion ring. And with the speed, there won't be any back pressure to explode back into the compressor, because when it's spinning, obviously it's pushing everything out the back. And then the high pass will help mitigate noise and so on and so forth. So it doesn't drive like a conventional compressor does, because it requires a low pressure turbine at the rear to spin that front shaft, and that's what the whole compressor's for. But it's kind of a new turbofan adaptation. So you have your electric, which pushes the necessary RPMs for lift in drone or forward flight, but you also have the compressor variation that you can add to that if you want to add a shorty afterburner for speed boosts or liftoff, or if you're carrying extra weight or payload, you can turn that system on independently and you can turn it off. And that's the beauty of it. But since it's a shorty system that doesn't require a low pressure turbine to spin the high pass, it makes it more efficient, at least for a drone application. And I guess for a jet application as well. Siggy Taro? Is it Taro or Taro? I don't know. I don't actually drink beer. I don't drink alcohol at all. Cobra, what the hell, man? It's just... That was so much random shit in one sentence. I don't even know how to respond to it. This shirt is basically Filipino Dondini. This shirt is just basically what it says. It's a play on words in the sense that most of the time you get yelled at for misgendering somebody or whatever when you're out and about, right? So I always tell them, wear a name tag. Nobody's going to get it wrong, right? Because we can't read your mind, And it's not like it's obvious what you're pretending to be that day, So wear a name tag. I'm a straight white male, Republican. There it is, right there. No confusion whatsoever. Yeah, it's a not no. It won't carry anything so illegal. I was gearing this towards rescue, fire rescue, where choppers have hard times getting in to drop either supplies or first aid kits to people or radios, things like that. Something that was a heavy lift that didn't have to rely on props that could potentially save somebody. Scouting fires, that kind of thing. Reconnaissance, if that's something that a police department would want to do. And the reason for it is because um, it's much faster than the larger agricultural drones, because you're dealing with a system that can bank 90 and go from 0 to freaking full fiery balls out speeds. So, I mean, it's just the way it is. This application was meant for that. It was meant for to be a multi-role drone, and not like DJI. I mean, we want to get away from the whole dependency on Chinese electronics, so that's kind of why I'm designing my own engine. The mechanics for dropping something would be probably like let's say in a rescue situation, you want to drop down some first aid, you want to drop down some water, you want to drop down some communication. The drone would hover over and basically winch down what the person needed. It would also bring down a camera that would get a close-up view of the individual to assess their condition, if they were injured, that kind of thing. Sometimes hikers get lost, or if there's a car accident or something like that on like a hillside or something to that effect, any kind of disaster. People stranded on a roof during a flood, this thing could potentially lift somebody out, because I'm going for a target thrust of 1,400 pounds. Now, this PETG version is not going to handle that kind of thrust. But when I do CNC this system out of aircraft grade aluminum and put the metal parts in that I've been basically testing in this configuration, then it'll be able to safely handle the loads that it can carry based on the thrust that it can produce. So I really want to be able to help people with it. That's one of my main motivations. To create something new for the market, for the drone enthusiast that likes to fly and do experimental flying, but also give different departments the ability to help other people in situations where a conventional helicopter or a conventional drone would be hindered by its exposed blades and its size. So that's one of the main things that I'm working on. Thank you for clearing that out for me. Do I know any German? No, I don't. Ugh. Darren, you guys lost. I'm sorry. Get over it. I mean, what an undignified way to bow out when you lose, right? Your insults don't bother me. So keep them coming. Is that all you got? And how long did it take you to think that one up? You didn't lose anything, but you worshiping I don't worship anybody except Jesus Christ the King. I don't worship any man on this planet. Cobra, I appreciate that. But don't you think you should get some rest? Do you have an exam? Enrico. Hey, you're welcome here, man. If you're attracted to me, that's your thing, okay? I don't swing that way, but I'm not gonna fault you for, loving me. I mean, look. Cactus sack. That's a pretty good response. Enrico, it doesn't work, man. I know you're trying hard. You really are. But it's just not working. You got anything better, though? You can't worship Jesus and be a Republican? Why is that? Oh, good Lord. Here we go with the immigrants. Nobody's against immigration. They're against illegal immigration. If you guys could make that differentiation, there would be less confusion. Jeez. Okay, well, if you're so much better than me because you believe that, immigration, blah, 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 then open up your doors. Let them all in. Let them sleep on your couch and on your floor. And if they need your help, go for it. I mean, don't be a hypocrite now. Let's see how far your conviction goes. Shall we? That's the beautiful part about statements like that. The hypocrisy in their own statement. I'm not pretending to be a Christian at all. I am one. I told you I welcome immigrants, but there's laws in this country. Legal immigration. This country was built by legal immigration. It was built by immigrants from all over the world. What we don't want is the drugs, the trafficking, everything else coming over unchecked. That's what we're trying to avoid. And you guys twist it all around and say we're trying to kick out everybody, even U.S. citizens. Bullshit. Get your facts straight. Pull your head out of your ass. You'll be able to breathe better. Yeah, I do know what Christ said. He said, love one another. He also said, endure to the end, which means I got to hear this shit daily. No, Darren. And you're welcome to your opinion. You really are. I'll pray for you. Tell me how. Tell me how I'm the opposite of everything Christ told me to be. Tell me. Since he told us he is the only one, God's the only one that judges people. So I want to hear your judgment on me, Christian. Go ahead. Please do. I'm all ears. Noah Cat, welcome. You didn't do a damn thing, Darren. All you did was speak words that made sense to yourself and not to anybody else. And then you felt good about it. That's called delusional. How have you proven it seven times? Tell me. Tell me. I'm waiting. You don't even read the Bible. Guaranteed. Because you wouldn't come in here being a fool. Don't try to use my God's words against me. You guys, people like you are on Instagram saying that they read the Bible and that's why they don't believe in God. You know how stupid that is? You're not going to disprove God with his own word. Don't be a fool. I don't care what Trump does. when it comes to his Christianity, his faith. That doesn't matter to me. What does it have to do with our conversation? You can't even stay on subject. You got to go to something else. You got no leg to stand on. Don't take offense to that if you're like a paraplegic or anything. No. You don't get it. You don't get it. Jesus didn't come to this earth to bring peace. He knew coming to this earth would divide people, and you're proving it with your ignorance. So thank you. Next. Ignorant walking in here saying, I read the Bible and it said this. Yeah, but did you glean any wisdom from it, or did you just use the words to fit your narrative? And now you're going to say, oh, I couldn't speak what I wanted to say because you timed me out. That's not Christian. No. There's a difference between cutting somebody off because they're being ignorant and righteous anger. So don't piss me off. What's up? What does that say? Lukeem 12? How you doing? I love when people call me grandpa. They don't even know how old I am. I mean, I don't know how old you are. You might be grandpa to me. Or I might be grandpa to you because I have no idea.
Can you answer Mr. Mad? He's asked you that question 3 times.
Mr. Mad. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I miss Mr. Mad's question? I'm sorry. Mr. Mad, let me read your question. What if you were rescuing someone from a dark area? Will you have a light also a mechanism? What mechanism will you use to adjust the angle? I'm interested in hearing your opinion. You're talking about the drone itself? Well, the drone is, it would be equipped with lights, cameras, night vision, thermal, that kind of stuff. And adjusting the angle is pretty simple. Using any kind of flight controller, you can get a gyro-stabilized flight. Pretty easy. You could, if you watch the Shrike drone, the concept drone playlist that I have out there, you can kind of see where I went from one really weird idea finally to an X-Quad that ran off of EDFs. And that flight controller was really good at auto-correcting the gyro stabilization and keeping it on a horizon lock. And that's one of the main ways I'm controlling that. I personally use a SpeedyBee F405 Wing APP, and it suits my needs. Thank you, Majad. Welcome. You want to correct people like Darren so bad, but you don't want to. What does Trump? What does electing Trump have to do with correcting Darren? I'm trying to find the correlation between the two. What is my opinion on what the world would be like if 9/11 never happened? The same. Question's moot. You're talking about past events. You want to talk about temporal mechanics? We can go there. If it didn't happen, something else would have, but we would have been where we are now regardless. Darlin, if you're watching, peek out the windows to make sure nobody's messing with that rolling door. I don't know what sound I'm hearing out there, but I don't want to have to waste any more 9mm or 37mm on these assholes. Keep trying to break into the building. Yeah, her profile picture is who she is. Oh, no one's at the building? Okay, good. Let's see. No, she's not gonna do it in real time. Why? Why would she do that? Okay, that's a question. Hold on, X. I'm gonna get to you. Islam, it's not the continuation of Christianity. It's more of what can I say about that? Okay, well, let's be fair. If you believe in Islam, you believe in Islam. Do I agree with it? No. Do I respect the fact that you have a right to believe in it? Of course. But I'm a Christian. And how would you respect me if I didn't stand firm in that belief? So do I believe what the Quran says is true? No. But I respect your freedom to believe so. So that's all there is to it. Enrico, why would you ask something like that? That's disrespectful to a woman. Moderator, there's another one for you. Najad, respect to you too, brother. Slenderman, I have no idea what you're referring to. Congratulations, name I can't pronounce or even see. What do I think about the M2 Browning? Eh. I mean, it's okay. You know, not something you'd use. Well, I'd use it for home protection. But that's because I like overkill. You gave me a shout out when I was really small, and you got me started on YouTube. So thank you. I did? Yes, the Gamer Kid VR. I remember you. I hope you're doing good, man. Everybody got to go see the Gamer Kid. Got to support our community, right? Yeah, so you all get a chance to go over and check out Gamer Kid. Proud of you, gamer. Good job. Enrico. Do you need to go sit in the corner again? Who does? Here's Evan again. You must have been waiting in timeout, counting the seconds. What do I think about the Vatican choosing an American Pope? Well, it was their choice, right, to choose a Pope. They voted for him. I mean, that's like asking an Italian what they think about them choosing an Italian Pope. I mean, it's sort of neither here or there. I mean, there's several nationalities that are popes, several nationalities that are cardinals. That's kind of what the whole Catholic Church is about. What is it to you that made Christianity stand out of all monotheistic religions? It's real. read the Bible and the Quran, and I feel like actually the Quran is verifying the Bible in every aspect. Or that Jesus is God. Well, yeah, the Quran pulled most of what it had from the Bible. See, that's what happened. I don't think the actual Quran was even settled on until like the late 80s. The one that people are reading now. So, I mean, I don't know. What are you going to trust? Don't spam empty texts. We don't want to set you in the corner again, Cobra. You're better than that. Yes. Yes, Cobra. You might be our new favorite troll. I don't know what it is. I attract the trolls like crazy, and I love it. I love it because they come flooding in with like insults and then this and that and the other. And it's like, it don't bother me at all. I love it. Nothing you guys can do to me. It's gone from trolling originally to just loving me. Yeah, we love you too, man. Super One or Wolf. I don't know what that, the reference to that. Maybe I'm not getting the name and you have an idea behind it. What I'm building is a drone using 340 millimeter EDFs. What does that say? Maybe erase below. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you on that one, Evie. Yeah, we're all human. That's what I keep trying to explain to people. But they don't want to see that. Their vision's way too narrow for that. I mean, you gotta be kind of open-minded and, respect human life. Most people don't. Would you mind telling me a story behind what made you a Christian believer? Was there a certain key moment? It's really hard to explain faith if you don't have it. And it's hard to explain what life was like before faith. That's difficult because God has done a lot of work in my life, and it's because I had faith, and I stuck with it, and His word is real. God is real. He's everywhere. People don't understand that. He is everywhere. He's there for each and every one of you right now. If you were just to open up to that and accept it. But, most people won't. But one of the, there was no key moment other than the fact that as a child, I always knew. And as I grew, I started to understand more. And it's all I've ever known. And without even being exposed directly to Christianity as people understand it. As a child, I knew. I don't know how. I can't explain that. But I knew. I've always known. That's not gluttony. That's just being hungry. Good Lord, Elon. Stop with that shit. Cobra, are you alright, man? Maybe you need some ventilation where you're at? What does that say? I buy? No, I'm not. Thank you for asking. Raphael, Simon, I love everyone. I know which context in which you're asking that, which is stupid, but I love all humanity. Well, then you need to pull that thing out of your eye and turn it off. I love it when my wife gets involved. So what? I'm 6'4", 290 and can bench press her house. Allergies, these? No. Freaking orchards are everywhere, man. Sorry, I had to hold that one back. I didn't want to scare anybody. Whew. What's sus? You're the one that said it. You said you were getting gay vibes. I said turn it off and pull it out. I was trying to help you out. Elon, would you stop saying shit like that? That sounds stupid. Mess with me all you want, man. That's what we're here for. Have fun, get to know each other. Hopefully you like the content of the channel and you become a member, and not a member, but a subscriber, because I don't think I can do members yet. But if you like what you see on the channel, there's a lot more to come. It's gonna be a lot of fun. You got something in the mail today. What did you get in the mail? Come on, A10. Don't leave us hanging. Everybody here sits and waits for Amazon packages. These nuts. You didn't have them to begin with? You had to order a pair? Damn, man. I could have loaned you half of mine and you would have had twice as much as you needed. Congratulations, Elon. I don't even know how that's relevant, but more power to her. Go for like, I want to go see. You weren't sending what? Yeah, the flies are friggin' annoying around, especially around orchards. We are helping Ukraine. What more do you want? You're crying out loud. Could have bought myself a nice piece of land and built a shop for 1/1600th of what we've already sent to Ukraine. You already asked me that. You want my shirt? A lot of people do. Alexander, what's going on, man? We are helping Ukraine. He said, stop sending them. I said that they were from his online girlfriend. How is he sending pics? I don't. Okay. Well, Alexander, I don't know what to tell you, man. I mean, last time I checked, you guys were doing pretty good. Holding the line. Stop asking me the same question. Browning always makes nice stuff. Thank you, Colonel. I appreciate that. Well, then go out and find her, Cobra. That's another. I gotta ask a question. I know the YouTube policy is on guns and stuff like that, but every short that I see is of some idiot inappropriately handling a Glock or something else, and these people don't get dinged for it. I don't understand it. I mean, yeah, I know we have the Second Amendment here in this country, but you know, if you got some gangbanger on a YouTube short showing off like a Glock and then doing it to some audio he didn't even make, is it just for views? I mean, I see them, they're like 1 million views, and I'm thinking that's the dumbest shit I ever seen in my life. Not to mention some shitty Glocks. You know, it's like running up on somebody with a high point. Might as well bring a frying pan. I'm not in the military anymore. I'm a veteran. Well, I guess I'm always going to be in the military in some degree. Any poor bastard who tries to break into my house is going to find that out. I'm a veteran, yes. And there's a delay on the responses for the chat, so I apologize if I answer late on your questions. It's not intentional. Not World War One. I missed that one. No, I don't have to keep that on my door. I mean, I can understand how it wouldn't deter anyone. Most of the time, it just makes people mad. Like the property I got across the street, I put no trespassing, so people want to trespass. I put no dumping, so they want to dump stuff there on the property. So, you know, I just say, you know, get the hell out of here, you stupid flies. So, realistically, the idea is if somebody breaks in, I kind of want them to learn from their mistakes. You know what I mean? We're just going to leave it that simple. And I'm not going to get into details about my defense position, but I have everything in order. How many what? How many sinners you have? Respect for real man world. I'm not sure what the hashtag means, but ended anyone outside of, government sanctioned combat. Cobra, you're awesome too, man. I appreciate that. What's a poppy stick? Oh, is that powdered thing? Like candy or whatever? That had to hurt. Supposed to open it first. Joel, are you talking to me? Or somebody else? Oh, you're talking to me? You're talking to me? Oh, lots of big words through a screen, right? Yeah. Yeah, R. Kelly's not available, so that's who Joel has to use. Oh, Joel. You sweet little moron. I don't care if you try to insult me. It doesn't bother me in the least. Welcome to the chat. You're entitled to your opinion. Even if you do sound like a douche muffin while saying it. Cobra. Come on now. Watch the language. Yes, Alexander, we know. SOS Ukraine. We get it. This is for a drone. This is one of 4. Darth, I was answering your question. Sorry about that. This is for a drone, a very big drone. Yes. About 4.5 feet by 4.5 feet, capable of 1,400 pounds of thrust. Davida, hello. Welcome. Leave you alone. I'm introverted. Love the name. With all due respect, while I don't agree with your views, considering you are wearing a shirt wearing that shirt and all, but can I ask what this live is about? You're entitled to your opinion, and I respect that. This channel, this live, realistically, is just kind of how I get to know the people who may be interested or not interested in my channel content. And plus, I just want to get to know the people out there. I want to get to know other YouTubers. I want to get to know other people and invite them in. And if it's something you like seeing, if you like to see the content that I put out, then that's your thing. Cool, subscribe. If you just like the chats and you want to talk, that's another reason why I do the chats. It's just to get to know the people. Because, we don't have anymore because of the internet. We don't have that connection with people anymore. Everybody stares at their existential crisis rectangle. And so I figured the best way to get to know people is just to use the same technology. And I love making friends. And, I got a lot of people that come in at trolls and end up being friends. It's great. And I invite everyone to come in here and, it'd be a safe place for you just to talk, have fun, and ask questions. No, I don't think anyone's going to bow down and submit to Russia. Russia's slowly running out of its own ability to defend itself, so I don't think we'll have to worry about them too long. What does my shirt say? Oh, let me stand up for you. I get this request a lot. Hopefully I can get it in camera. How else may I piss you off today? Do I support Israel? Yes, of course I do. Yeah, I could add Christian to the list, and then it would be complete. And can my drone shoot a bunch of what? Cobra, come on. Do I have a zombie plan? Yeah, 1,000 rounds of 308 sitting underneath my bed. I'm also an engineer and happen to have a 37 millimeter airsoft launcher. So we're just going to leave that there. Gotta have your body armor, of course. I got the 3A plus, kind of waiting for some new level 4 plates. We are freeing Palestine from the face of the earth. Move on. The Iranian, anything from Iran, I mean, is it any more reliable than anything from China? I mean, I don't care about their drone. No, I'm not Jewish. I would like a lightsaber. That'd be cool. Maybe I'll make one, like a real one, not a hacksmith one. Although I respect his work, he's an engineer, and he's very talented. But I want to make a real one, like an actual real one. And I know you're thinking, well, there's no mechanics for that, and we don't have the technology for that kind of thing. But we actually do. Ronald Rogan? You mean Reagan? Ronald Reagan was funny. And I'll tell you, that man, he didn't let anybody get to him. I love the joke he told about the Democrat puppies that the kid was selling out in front of the convention. And I think, does anybody remember that joke? You know, it was like, Ronald Reagan used to say there was a kid, he was selling puppies outside of the the Capitol, and he's like, he goes, buy a Democrat puppy, buy a Democrat puppy, right now. And then a few weeks later, he was out there again selling those puppies again, and he said, buy a Republican puppy, buy a Republican puppy. And he's all, wait a minute, kid. The Democrat comes up to him and goes, weren't you selling these as Democrat puppies just a couple weeks ago? And he's all, well, why are they Republican puppies now? He goes, well, now that their eyes are open. My Insta is actually on my homepage, or channel page. Weston, I have no idea. Oh, boo, Stink Nasty. How you doing? You scared all of us. I'm what's wrong with the world? Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, here we go. Julia, hi, how are you doing? Welcome to the chat. Oh, first I'm what's wrong with the world, and now you would die for me. It's like, make up your freaking mind already. Damn right, it's a big ass Ducted fan. Watch the playlist on the 340 millimeter. You'll find some cool stuff. I'm telling you, this is some fun stuff for me. And yeah, it's a little risky standing next to him, but it's fun. It's the adrenaline. Do I have a liberal tears mug? How did you know? Reagan was good. Who said I was? Who said I was? What's wrong with the world? I didn't think it was you. Think that. I think it was AI or something like that. Or no. Oh no, Arturo Matirez. You're what's wrong with the world. If I mentioned you, Stank, I apologize. But Arturo, um, if I'm what's wrong with the world, then you guys are in good shape. Okay, what's wrong with your marriage, Malone? I mean, what do you say? I'll tell you what. If you're having problems with your marriage, do this. When you go out to run any errand whatsoever, buy a random gift. Not one that's planned, just a small gesture. And when you come back, let it be a surprise. Because it lets your wife know that no matter what you're doing out there, work, shopping, taking care of business, that you were still thinking about her. It's those random little gifts. It's the ones that show her that she's always on your mind. Don't ask Cobra, please. You caught her with 6 guys in your bedroom? Well, were they doing drywall? I mean, that's like a 6-person job. Cobra. How did you know about the Reaper? Is it showing? No, it's over there. Okay, now you're just messing around. Ben! We're so glad you like pickles. There's nothing like a cucumber that looks like it was intentionally aged to death. What are you talking about, Paul? Did I miss something? Jeff? You have to elaborate on that statement, man. What do you know about conventional movements? What are you referring to? Give me context. Elon, cut it out. Oh, you just said the opposite of my shirt. Okay, gotcha. Congratulations. Loan. Come on, dude. I swear. Oh, man. Deport Jeff. Why would you deport Jeff? Opinions about air environment, RQ11 Ravens. Don't really have opinions about those. MiG 42. I could take it out with one of these. Make my own cruise missile. What's the purpose of the writing on the shirt? So that you can read it? I mean, if it was in Braille, it'd be kind of pointless, wouldn't it? Why wouldn't anyone deport you, Jeff? No one's going to deport you. You're all reading comments. I'm even reading the comment. I'm going to try and stay with my own live here. Again, it was because it's more of a statement of the fact that I get yelled at a lot for not being able to read the minds of people who identify as whatever the shit they identified that day. So I decided to make a statement of, look, if you're going to identify something and you don't want to get into a yelling match because I called you something different, then wear it as a name tag. So I'm not going to tell you to do something and not do it myself, right? That'd be hypocritical. So that means next time I see somebody who identifies as something and they get mad at me because they weren't wearing a name tag and I can't read their mind, then I'm just going to straight up tell them. I go, you don't want people to misgender you or whatever? Wear a fucking name tag. It's that simple, okay? But if the next person who gets in my face and starts yelling at me, I'm just going to have them arrested for harassment. Because, you know, this is a family channel. We're going to leave it at that. M4A1. They wouldn't even give us M4A1s in basic. I had an M16A2. You know, with like with like Vietnam freaking, you know, handle on the front. We're talking the original heat guard with the finger grooves on the top. What are my thoughts on dual citizenship? I say once you earn a citizenship, you're a citizen. It doesn't matter if you're dual citizenship. Dual citizenship's cool. Gives you options. You want to move somewhere in a different climate or whatever. Nothing wrong with dual citizenship. Well, some people, they don't care. But I have encountered, you got to remember I'm in California, so I have to deal with this on a daily basis almost. And it's annoying. It really is. I don't want to hear some lectured speech about how you've decided to be somebody else or blah, 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 blah. It's like, look, go Ellen Page yourself off somewhere else and leave me alone. I'm not here to get a lecture from you. So it's like, that's simple. If I called you something and that offended you, you know, I mean, sorry, you weren't wearing a name tag. And no one can read minds. So, deal with it. Mr. Wright said hi. How are you, Mr. Wright? What's the farthest distance transmitter I'm legally allowed to own for a drone? I think it's really dependent on the airfields in your area and the airspaces that they deem off limits. Most of the time, any drone that you have is going to have geofencing for just that purpose. My transmitter is capable of 5+ miles, so I mean I'm not really limited, except by my battery life, really. But as far as altitude is concerned, there is a 400-foot elevation limit that keeps you out of commercial airspace. And you have to get clearance from the FAA if you're going to go any higher than that. Which isn't hard to do, but you do have to file sort of a flight plan. But none of the initial tests that I do with this drone are going to go that high, because we're going to be working on stability, maneuverability, and reliability at that size. So that's one of the main things I'll be working on initially. So when you see this thing at the field, I'll be at the field flying it once the drone body's done and all the blades, and I get the other 2 motors and the 4 ESCs that I need to get, and the other 6 batteries, and so on and so forth. So I got a lot to buy, which is one of the reasons why I put the Buy Me a Coffee link site on my home channel page, because I can't afford to do all of this at once. Otherwise, I'd be doing it right now. I have to do it little by little as I can. No. I do not own a Buck 120. Hypothetically, if someone were to make their own transmitter, how quickly would there be police at your house? If you made your own transmitter, I don't think there's any rules against making your own transmitter, as long as it's follows FCC regulations. So I mean, you're talking about I could make a transmitter and a receiver out of an Arduino components, and I don't think there would be an issue. Cobra part record. That's actually kind of funny. Yeah, Cobra's a little bit off, but we love him. Come on, we love all you guys. It don't matter where you came from, who you are, who you want to be, what you believe in. You're all humans. I care about each and every one of you. You're my people. And I have allergies, so excuse me. That's right. Those are some great pronouns. Who cares? Your pronouns are A10 Warthog. You can refer to him as Burr. Define intersex. See, people have different definitions of the term based on their political ideology. So, define it. Yeah, I agree with that one, Isaiah. I don't like the idea that they're trying to compel me to go. It's almost like they need valid. Why would somebody try to force me, someone who they despise for what I'm wearing and identify as, why would they need me to validate them? That's my question. Why force me to validate them when they're just going to call me a fascist because I'm a male white Republican? So, I mean, that's the way it works. I'm willing to have a conversation. Holy crap, that's a big... Get out of here, dude. I'm willing to have a conversation about the situation when all they want to do is have a yelling match. Prove me wrong. PHL? Phil. Full. Hi, how you doing? Is it Phil? Is it short for Phil? An acronym for Phil? No, Paul, I wouldn't, but I would ask that you would get some glasses, maybe? I mean, but if you were doing it to offend me, that's one thing. If you were doing it, for any other reason than that, then I don't give a shit. But if you're trying to, if you're trying to piss me off, I'm not easily pissed off. I'm gonna be honest with you. You call me whatever names you want to. I'm not gonna care. My on switch is when you get close and try to put hands on me because you don't like me for my ideology. That's when we throw hands, and that's when shit gets real. That's when we got to call your mom and then say this happened and it's unfortunate, but these things do happen, and they did everything they could to save you, so on and so forth. You can call me whatever you want, just don't put your hands on me. Austin, hi, how you doing? What mistake are you referring to? If I made what mistake? Austin. Welcome to it, man. Mikey Mike. I should get a Gandalf pipe. That would be awesome. That would be fun. Turbofan. Yep. Does Trump and his administration care about the Constitution guarantee to due process? Of course he does. But the reason why people are up in arms about due process is because people who aren't citizens of the United States don't get due process. The due process they're getting is being deported back out of the country if they're illegal. That's the whole point. I mean, nobody cares. You want to come in legally, come in legally. No one's stopping you. That's what builds the country. That's what makes it diverse. But if you're sneaking in and people are bringing in, people for trafficking, and they're bringing in illicit drugs, and they're harming the interior of the United States, that's considered an invasion and an attack on the people. So yes, sometimes measures have to be taken. You put up a fence around your house, right? Why? So your little doggy doesn't get out? Or is it to keep people off your property? It's that simple. Drugs are not good. No. I mean, I live in a state where marijuana is legal, so it's good because it helps me sleep, but I don't use it like most people do. Like, I'm still working on the same 7-gram baggie that I bought from the dispensary a month and a half ago. Sort of a lightweight when it comes to that stuff. But it's mainly for pain. And so I can sleep. Otherwise my brain will not shut off. I go to sleep listening to physics books and all kinds of stuff. It helps with the tinnitus. Now these flies are pissing me off, I'll tell you that one. And the weather here has been tripping, man. It was 94 yesterday, now it's 60. I'm like, the weather can't make up its mind. We're like trying to grow stuff outside, I got a tilapia tank out there because I was making my own tilapia, or growing my own tilapia for the purpose of harvesting the big ones and keep letting them reproduce, and then using the nitrates from the water to water the garden. It's sort of an aquaponics setup. Grow my own vegetables, things like that. and they're doing really good. I put up 2 videos. I did the day 1 tank, and I did the day 10, and you can see the difference in their size already. It's great. It's totally cool. I love doing the off-grid stuff, you know. Doug, yes. Well, white is objective. I'm actually English, Scottish, Irish. Uh, uh, my grandfather from and grandmother were the Queen of Denmark. Um, 31st great grandfather and 31st great grandmother were the Queen of Denmark. The Plantagenets are in my line. Um, King Richard, the Kingmaker, I think it was, Plantagenet. Pretty much the Talbots, Cicely Neville, Queen Philippa of France is my grandmother. So yeah, and then of course I have a lot of indigenous. So Montauk, Montauk Chiefs, Cherokee Nation, that kind of stuff. They're all in my bloodline. Sonora settlers. I have a diverse DNA profile according to Ancestry. I already got that, Elon. That's what I was talking about. I got it already. One that was interesting is Basque. I have Basque relatives. But what really is really cool is I had watched the show Vikings and thought that Ragnar Lothbrok and all that was all fictional characters until I got on Ancestry and found out that I'm related to Ragnar Lothbrok and Aslaug Sigurd's daughter through Sigurd Ragnarsson, their son. So that's the line I came from, and that makes Ragnar and Aslaug my 31st great grandparents. So it's kind of nice to be Viking. Paul, you're funny, man. Yeah, there's a lot of diversity in my DNA ancestry. I'm colorblind wireless, so I really don't have a favorite color. I wish I could see colors like most people can. I just can't. I tried like the colorblind glasses, and it just, that was so freaking annoying. I couldn't even stand it. You know? Dang, it is only 67 today. It was 94 yesterday. You're talented in 500 plus. What does that mean? You're talented in it. I know I need some Captain Black. You're killing me. Everyone says that. I do need that. I do. I'm on a budget. I'm on a budget. I'm trying to do this stuff for you guys. So I can't afford the Captain Black. I don't want to cry because of it. Greetings from North Korea. That can't be right. They don't even let you guys have internet. Tell your supreme leader to stop throwing his baby rattles in the ocean. He's wasting good nukes. No, it is tobacco. I'm pretty sure you saw the bag. Keep it pipe. Come on. Breathe, damn you. Oh, come on. Oh, I guess that's over with. I have to clean it. Ah, there we go. American weed's pretty good, but dang, I'll tell you what. they have like strains that I can't even get near. Okay, I'm a lightweight. I told you that. Ugh, stupid allergies. Thank you, 77T. Appreciate it. Welcome to the chat. Iris Jane. Hi, how you doing? Welcome. Goat. Is that a slur word? Or is that like a new thing? I don't know. Call me old, but Iris Jane, I acknowledge you, but if there's a delay, I apologize. So, you know. No, I'm not gonna say that one way, and you can go bye-bye now. Iris Jane, where are you from, sir? California. If I'm looking at the screen, I apologize. I have to read the chat this way, and I'm on the same delay. No disrespect if I miss your question or your name or you saying hi. I will get to it. What a coincidence that I'm on. Why do you say that? Yep, people like to come in and start shit. They're gonna get kicked. Iris Jane. My wife and I both love the idea of hopefully one day seeing Ireland. We really do. My shirt says, and I'll show everyone. Once again, Rose. Here you go. Trying to get in the camera shot here. Am I in the camera shot? And we move the beard out of the way. There you go. All right. Gotta get the bottom part there so you can see it. All right, there you go. Just stepped in from working outside. And there you are. Oh, cool. So I just automatically pop up on your screen at random? Thank you, Rose. I wanted to ask if you printed those blades. Yes, I did. The blades were printed on X1 carbon. So was the main hub. And they're all interlocking. Friction fit, no glue. Go watch the 340 millimeter shorts that I've got out there under the Stubby Fan Project playlist or the Mach 1 project. And you'll see the 22 blade version that I did where I had 22 full blades. And this is an experiment that I'm doing to be able to run a higher kV motor with less load, but still higher RPMs and more thrust. Oh boy. Sorry about that, guys and gals. A what fan? Thank you, Austin. Thank you, Triv. Good to see you. You are not related to Stacy. Thank you, Kiev. Andrew, thank you very much. Bless you too. Hope you guys are doing all right. Cobra, we hate to see you go, man. Elong, I have no idea what that means. I mean, we're still related in a sense that we're all human, yes. Exam after 2 hours. All right, Cobra, have a good one. Get some rest so you can get that test done. I know what Kiev is. I know where it is as well. The next live, probably in a day or two. I'll give you some notice. It'll be up there. I'll put it in a short, and then I'll put the, just click the bell for notification. So hopefully that works. And then you guys you'll know when I'm up. I'll give you a day's notice next time. Today I just kind of jumped on because I kind of wanted to. California. A10. Didn't you already ask me that? Or are you asking somebody else? All right, Cobra. You have a good one. You'll see the live. If you click the bell for notifications, I think that's the main thing. And then if you get notifications on your phone, you'll know when I'm going live. But I'll try and set it up for at least a day in advance, just so you all know. But other than that, probably going to wrap it up here in a minute. So like I always like to do, I'm going to give you a quick walk through the shop, let you know what's going on. As I unplug my phone and it tells me it's not finished charging. It's a very, very particular phone.
I wasn't finished.
See, she always says that when I pull out. I'm just kidding. This is the main fan that I'm going to be testing now. This is the actual casing that I had the original fan in. These are the bolts that hold the shaft on. That's interesting. The original fan is still here and in one piece. And that was the one I was doing a lot of the main testing with. The motor I'm using, of course, is a 7070 Flip Sky motor. Believe it or not, it's a skateboard motor. And right now we're running a 48 volt ESC that I'm switching to an 18S. So, because I want more than 12, I want an 18S. And then we'll be running 3 of these to make the 18S pack. And that'll give me my full 60 or 75 volts for that motor, which will give me the full 60 horsepower power band for this motor. And that's what I'm counting on. The main shaft comes through here that attaches to the fan. It has skateboard bearings on shafts for rollers to alleviate the torque that is caused by the fan so that it doesn't pull on the motor bearings so much, and it lengthens the life of the motor. And then around this, obviously, is this motor mount. And then it's attached by this collet and keyway at the end of the shaft. The old shaft is being reprinted because I took the other one out, and bearings were set. I had to print everything in pieces on the X1 carbon. As you can see, where everything was hammered together, no glue, all friction fit. On the outside, regrettably, on the casing, I did have to do some glue work just to kind of hold these on. But this is an experimental setup. When I do the original, or when I do the main drone, this is all going to be clear PETG. And you already know why, because I'm trying to make a UFO. So, that being said, this is my next candidate fan here. This is the one that's going to be spun up next. And this main shaft goes through the entire fan, and then through the main shaft on the rear that's bolted here to line everything up properly. And then the end of that main shaft is what's attached to that collet that's attached to the motor. And I have to attach them with these 8mm bolts just because there's so much torque. But the fan puts out a lot, so we're waiting. And of course, we all can't forget, hi Deadpool, how you doing? The Dill Drone, which is going to be rebuilt with some better motors, some better props. And it's run off of a SpeedyBee F405 version 3. I've been doing some Lyft and Uber signs for people. My brother likes to do Lyft and Uber on the side for some money, so I made him signs. Arduino. Who doesn't love Arduino, right? And oh my gosh, these allergies. This is the 170 millimeter version right here of the same fan, and it's designed to hold the same motor, except through a 4-to-1 gear ratio, so that we can actually get 28,000 RPMs. Ugh, allergies. I'm working on this drone right now to hold the GoPro because I want to get some aerial footage when I finally take off with that drone. I have everything for that except the flight controller. I do have a motor. I have the ESC. I have the servos. I just printed it out for fun. This one is a glider I'm doing, and it's all out of TPU. AMS TPU for the X1 Carbon. Very rigid. Love this stuff. I'll show you why. Here's one of the wing sections. This is done in a single line print, as you would see on lab print type planes. But the layer adhesion is amazing on this stuff. You can't break it. Plus, you get the opportunity to have really cool organic ailerons and control surfaces. So that's why I love that TPU for the AMS, for the X1 Carbon, because it's very versatile. It's a lot more rigid than standard TPU and really gives you a lot of options. You can make airfoils out of it. You can make fuselages out of it. It's just a really good TPU. That, I think, was their saving grace, because when they did the ASA Aero, no one could ever get it to work. So that's their redeeming quality right there, is their AMS TPU. I have a lot of different projects in the works. You'll notice from the Shrike drone compilation that that's the original Shrike. I got Sally, of course, which is my water landing jet. She'll be flying soon. This is the exterior stators and core. I got to print the cores for the turbojet. And the reason why is because if anybody's played Star Citizen before, I'm doing a very large scale carbon fiber Cutty Black. Of course, I'm printing out the entire body because I have to make molds. But I'm making a drone that will be the Cutlass Black from Star Citizen. I love doing this stuff. I like all kinds of stuff. That I'm doing genetic engineering in. So looks like the fogger's going now, keeping the humidity up. But yeah, I've got some stuff that I'm growing in there. All experimental stuff. This is what I do. Plus, when I get bored, I'll do, not just that, but the wooden ship, the Black Pearl, which I'm putting together, which is going to be a lot of fun because I got to tie all the rigging. I do dabble in painting, not very often. A lot of people who already watch me know that. Try to play piano. I'm going to be using these for afterburner bodies since they're empty. Oxygen generator that I'm reusing for, O2. And of course I play piano, sort of. So just a little, it's my hobby shop, right? MPCNC for cutting the molds I need to do carbon fiber bodies, things like that. Wing spars or body structural parts, things like that. And just getting everything put together. Right now, this is the focus. And once that's finished, then we're going to spin this up. So that's going to be pretty soon, because as soon as that main shaft's done, I'm going to do the parts that hold the rollers on, and then we're going to mount everything back together. We're going to do a spin up, and it's chained like this because this is how we're going to spin it up. I know it sounds crazy, but it's what I got going on. So it's either that or I got to set it back up on the bucket again. But I want to actually test this at the not the vertical, but the horizontal. But I'll test it in both angles at that point. But for all those who stopped by, I appreciate you. Love you all. It's been fun. What's the farthest distance a transmitter legally owned? Wait, hold on. That was an old question. Okay. He wants to see my body armor. Yeah. There you go. I hope I hit 1 million subs too, man. That would be awesome. All right, now I'm just hoping I get monetized so I can keep going with all this stuff for you guys, because this is what I do day in, day out. It's just this for you guys, because I love creating. I love building things. I love flying things. And I just, this is what I want to do. If I'm going to be Army retired, this is what I'm going to do. So, well, I appreciate everyone who has stopped by today. You guys were wonderful. I love every one of you. Subscribe. Be here again for the next live. Definitely be here for the spin up, because you don't want to miss that, because I actually have a GoPro and it'll look decent. And I hope to see you all again on the next live soon. And as always, from everyone here at DPC, love you all. And you have a wonderful night, wonderful day, wonderful evening, wherever you are. And I'll catch you next time.